A bulb flickers in the parking lot, in the basement of an old building. An old man parked his car in parking lot number 13 and started taking out the goods from the car. He heard someone laughing some distance away from him. The old man was a little scared, nervous, and sweating slowly on his forehead. Slowly started moving towards that car. On reaching the rear of the vehicle, he saw two children, who immediately ran away after spotting him. Due to this, the luggage fell from the old man's hand, and the old man muttered angrily,
"Shameless kids! Don't know how their parents leave them free."
The old man was about to leave after picking up his belongings. Suddenly, a 7-year-old little girl came in front of him, due to which the color of the old man's face went away. The eyes of that girl were deep and black like a well. She said in his voice, full of excitement and enthusiasm,
"Uncle, please play with me."
Seeing that girl like this, the old man got a bit nervous and ran straight towards the lift door. He frantically presses the button to open the lift door, unaware that there is a bigger problem waiting for him ahead. However, the lift door opened and the same girl came out, and she kept repeating the same thing.
Uncle, play with me."
Helpless and scared, the old man had a heart attack in such a delicate situation, and he died. Alina is an MBA college graduate whose first job posting is in Chicago, and she is going to an unknown address with her luggage in her car, where her company gave her a house on rent. But she is unaware that a heart-wrenching accident took place in the building where she got the flat. After a long journey of 6 hours, Alina had just alighted after putting her car in the parking lot, and suddenly she heard the sound of a girl laughing. Alina ignored the laughter of that child and took her luggage, and she went towards the lift. On reaching the lift, she felt as if someone was behind her. Alina's throat started to dry with worry, yet somehow she asked with strength in her voice,
"Is anybody there?"
When no one answered, even after asking 2 to 3 times, Alina turned, and what she saw was quite surprising for her. Alina saw a parcel behind her. Something was written in big letters, "Alina, love, love." Seeing which, Alina's happiness knew no bounds. Actually, Alina's boyfriend John used to give her such surprises from time to time. Considering this parcel as a gift from her boyfriend, Alina took that parcel with her to the flat. Alina was eating noodles, which her boyfriend had sent in that parcel, while watching a movie on her laptop. That's when a bell rang on her phone. It was none other than John.
"Baby, I was just waiting for your call. You will not believe how big this flat is.
Aww.
You are missing me, right? By the way, I got your present, and I loved it." "What do you mean? Which present?" "You entered the basement of my building."
Hearing this, the bowl of noodles dropped from Alina's hand and fell on the ground, and Alina was shocked to see what came out of it. 2 severed fingers of a child fell on the floor, as if staring at her, seeing which, Alina felt nauseous, and she vomited immediately. After a few hours, when Alina regained her senses, so she first threw the parcel and the 2 fingers that came with it in the dustbin kept outside her flat. But the surprising thing was that when Alina was throwing all this, her neighbor was watching while hiding from the door. As soon as Alina's eyes met her neighbor's, she said, waving her hand,
Hi, my name is Alina.
Alina did not even introduce herself properly when her neighbor slammed the door on her face.
It's a very strange place. Fingers are coming out of the food. People are closing doors on their faces. Crazy people.
The next day, Alina hurriedly ran towards her car, carrying her bag and tiffin box. Not because she had seen a ghost, but because she was late for an important meeting in her office. As soon as she fixed her rearview mirror in the car, she saw the reflection of the same 7-year-old girl behind her. Seeing whom, the old man had a heart attack in the beginning. Seeing a small girl in the back seat of her car, Alina's face turned white with fear and her breathing quickened. As soon as Alina wiped the sweat from her forehead and looked back, there was no one there. Alina took it as an illusion of her mind when she tried to start the car by turning the key. But all was in vain. Suddenly, a girl from the seat next to her held her hand and said,
Sister, no one play with me. Will you play with me?
Looking at the hand of the same girl on her wrist, in which 2 fingers were missing, Alina's blood began to dry, and she opened the car door and started crawling on the ground. But that girl was still not giving up on Alina and kept on repeating only one thing.
You all are very bad. No one plays with me.
Before that girl came close to Alina, an unknown old man's voice rang in Alina's ears.
I will stop her. You run to the church, and from there, get Mr. and Mrs. Charles. Now, that's our last hope.
On hearing this, Alina stood up, and after running away from the exit door for a few hours, straight reached a church and started shouting,
Is there any Mr. and Mrs. Charles who can help me?
Alina was panting badly, still holding her breath, when she looked up to see a middle-aged couple walking towards her, dressed in black. It is none other than the famous ghost hunters, Mr. and Mrs. Charles.
You sit comfortably and calm your mind. Then we'll help you.
No time to sit. There's something in my building. That day, the fingers in my food, the girl in my car, and the voice that suggested, I seek your help.
Look what you are saying. It will be very difficult to understand like this. Why don't we do one thing? Could you take us with you to that building and on the way, calmly tell the thing in detail, so that nothing is left out?
Alina sits with both of them in the back seat of the car along the way to her building and starts narrating the story that happened in the last 2 hours with her. Alina was trembling from head to toe while telling her story when Mrs. Charles giving her a flask and said,
Take 2 sips of it, you will like it.
Distressed and flustered, Alina pours the entire flask into herself, and in no time, all 3 reach near Alina's building. All 3 of them reach that dark basement, and their eyes go towards Alina's car, whose door was still open. Mr. Charles goes and closes the car door and spells mantra.
There are not 1, but 2 souls here. To the souls in this parking lot, I am Mr. Charles, wants to talk to you. If you want anything, come and talk to me.
I was only waiting for you guys to come. I am Freddy, the oldest member of this building. I died in this parking lot about 10 days ago, and no one else but that girl is responsible for my death. If that girl is not stopped, more dead bodies will be strewn in this locality.
After finishing talking to the old man, Alina asks him,
So it was you who saved my life. Thank you.
But one thing has not been answered yet. Why is she doing this?
Does a ghost kills for a reason? I say, both of you burn that soul. Only then, my soul will get peace.
See, Freddy, we will decide whether that soul is good or bad. You just tell me, where is she?
Don't know. Sometimes behind this car, sometimes near that lift, and always keeps on saying the same thing like a parrot. Play with me. Please play with me.
Mr. Charles nodded his head at his wife. She understood very well. In a fraction of seconds, she started walking around the parking lot, muttering a mantra, expelling the soul from her body. At last, she looked upon the spirit of a little girl who was crouching in a corner like a frightened mouse. Mrs. Charles flies slowly up to her, stroking her head, and says,
Don't be afraid, dear. I will not do anything to you.
You all are very dirty. No one plays with me.
It is not like that. Please tell me, who are you? How did you come here, and what do you want? I promise I will play with you after that.
My name is Lily. Few years ago, my father was working on the construction of this building, and I also stayed with him. One day, I felt like roaming around, so I went. While roaming around, I came across this parking lot. But that night, it was so dark that I could not even see the doll in my hand.
What happened then, Lily?
While trying to find my way in the dark, I fell into a pit. I cried and shouted, "Papa, get me out! Save me!" Then I don't know, something fell on me from above, and I became like this. But there was an aunt who used to play a lot with me earlier, then she also stopped seeing me.
Okay, Lily, how did you cut your fingers? Was there an accident?
Someone cut it after falling into the pit. But don't know who cut it.
As soon as Lily showed the two severed fingers of her left hand, Mrs. Charles's heart swelled like a mother, as if affection for Lily rose from inside of her, and she hugged Lily and said,
Lily, whatever happened to you was very bad. No one should do this, even to his enemy. But Lily, you have to understand one thing. You cannot roam around like this in this parking lot. People live here.
Then, will I always be alone? Won't anyone play with me?
Didn't I say that? We have a small house in the middle of the hills where other souls reside. So you come with us and play as much as you want. So tell me, won't you come with us?
Lily thought for a while, and then finally agreed. With the help of Charles and their black magic, Lily's soul was imprisoned in the bottle, and while leaving, both of them shook hands with Alina and said goodbye to her. The parking lot that was once cursed by the laughter of an unknown girl was now freed from this eerie sight.
Charles, I didn't understand one thing in all this. Who cut off Lily's fingers? And how did that old man Freddy know that we would be in the church?
We cannot find the answer to this question alone. Looks like we will need some help from an old friend.